Right, right.
Mm.
Being present with the discomfort, right. And
A question: what was more uncomfortable, the pins and needles, or the thoughts about the whole thing?
ooh,
If you had to choose one or the other, what would you choose? If you could have just the pins and needles, or just all of the stormy thoughts about it, and no pins and needles, which would you choose? You'd rather have the
but
thoughts. You want to have the pins and needles or the thoughts? I'm hearing you say that. I'm hearing you say,
yeah, and again, just to
if you can choose only to experience the pins and needles and no thoughts about it, none of the negativity of the thoughts about it, or no pins and needles, but all of the thoughts and negativity about it, about everything you were experiencing when that was happening, which probably was not just about the pins and needles. Which one would you choose if you could have one or the other? And it's very interesting that it's not an easy question for you.
uh,
I heard you
uh,
saying, if I can help you, I heard you saying this. I think I would prefer to just have the pins and needles, but I also see how I'm attached to and want the thoughts. Is that, I think you were hinting at that.
porn, yeah.
Yeah. This is great. Because you could probably see that it'd probably be nicer to just have the pins and needles as an experience. It's a little intense, but it could be, if there isn't any negativity in the thoughts and the reaction interpretation about it, the actual experience could be more pleasant. Just the pins and needles. But
Right.
you realize, well, but I kind of like that dark mind reaction that I was having, the unpleasant negativity around it. So, like, actually, I'm not sure which I prefer. So now you could start to see, well, I'm actually liking all of the storminess, which traditionally is called suffering.
Right.
And what that can show you, which I think is one of the most powerful things anybody can ever see, is that there's an aspect where suffering is chosen. There's a preference, there's a liking of it.
Yeah. Which kind of makes me sound crazy, maybe.
Well,
But I,
no, and what I'm saying is it's the most normal thing. I mean, there's a different kind of traditions, and here we have a bit of a flavor of Advaita, uh, and I've just been very close to and have had very been profoundly affected by Advaita teachers who are more of the Advaita tradition, but not exclusively. My teacher who I've had longest was not Advaita, but
what is that, Advaita?
Advaita is non-dualities. It
Hmm.
literally, it's a branch of Hinduism. So non-duality is being kind of coming up a lot in all kind of more contemporary or mainstream spirituality. It's been spoken a lot. It's called non-duality. Non-duality comes from the word advaita from Sanskrit, which is a very deep tradition, or a very deep uh, part of Hinduism, which is called advaita. It's a very rational part of Hinduism. It's very much about logic, and so a lot of the way it's expressed is mathematically. And advaita is a mathematical term. Is negation. So in math, when you say like not, and two, the number two. So what it means is not two, literal. It's very literal. Now, what that is the answer to the question, what is reality? And so what they are trying to understand is the nature of reality and what is true and what is false. And so what is true and what is false is described as what is real and what is illusory. And so only what is real is true and what is false is illusory. If you believe something that is not real, then that is called ignorance. And now back to what you were saying, this is very traditional Advaita. It's not really, most people who talk about Advaita don't talk in this way because it's more of a contemporary use of Advaita, versus if you go deeper into the tradition, you're going to start to see a lot of this language around what is reality, what is illusion, what is ignorance, and there's going to be all of these expressions. Now, when you said, I'm going back to when you said, well, I seem crazy if I say things in this way, and this is what. Go ahead.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
To discover what that all is.
For me, if I were to reflect to you, what I see is when you said, I might seem crazy because I revealed, and I have what I call inner integrity, which is I am able and allow myself to see myself without lying to myself. That's inner integrity, which is the most important integrity. And I don't think there's I actually would say spirituality and inner integrity are almost the same thing. And anything related to awakening and inner integrity are the same thing. And then there's what you could say external integrity, which is how we act and what we say. And if I say to you something that's not true to what I believe or think, or etc., right? There's the way externally. But for there to be any integrity in any way, there first needs to be inner integrity. And now the fact that you are able to see what you just saw and said and say it, so it's internal and external, reveal it in a group that also is being recorded, by the way, which is you're anonymous, it's anonymous. If anything goes out of here, it's anonymous, just so you know. It's very brave, but also the part that is brave is not the most important. That's the opposite of ignorance. You're describing and seeing the reality of your experience as it is, in like deep transparency and deep authenticity, and the inner integrity of that. That's why I'm really highlighting it's quite rare. And that's why I said to be able to see how much we like the suffering is almost, I would say it's like 50% of the work of what's needed to be free from it.
That feels very true.
Mm-hmm. And then all you need to do is contemplate that. Just notice it, keep noticing it, keep noticing, and keep wondering, like, I wonder why. Just open. I wonder why. Why is it? And more you'll see, well, it's a choice. I wonder why. I can see it's a choice. I can see there's a preference. Most people interpret suffering as something that happens to them against their own will. That they and whom have nothing they can do about it. And then there's a whole process of I would work with that person to come to see more and more and more what you describe.
Right.
It's actually not happening to me. It's something that is being created in my own experience, and it's actually chosen and preferred. There's an attractiveness of it. And it's more than a thought. The loneliness is more than a thought. It's a deep human experience that is deep feeling, deep sensations, deep heart, energy, energies that are really, really deep. Yeah, and then you could, when you have that big dramatic negative reaction, you can look more closely, curiously. Okay, I noticed that I like that, and there's some aspect of it that is liked, that there's an enjoyment of it, and then you can look like, why is that? What is it about it? Right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. To see that it's something that's in a level, it's being chosen, it's being preferred, and that's the addiction. It's like, I could see, well, this isn't good for me, but I want it, I really want it. And I keep choosing it over and over again. Yeah, that's fantastic. And you could also see how that is new, let's say, like that's something that's emerging, and it can give you the confidence in that real shifts are possible because you live it in your experience. And this is really, if there's anything that I want from having these sessions, is for you and anybody here to have moments where there is, to whatever degree, a shift, a change that is, intuitively in yourself, you know it's for the better. It's something you just know. You just feel like there's a shift, and there's something that's better. There's just it could be called some expansiveness or lightness or more truth, more authenticity, whatever it is, right, in your experience, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, whatever it is for you that feels it's a shift that's for the better for you, and that can give you the confidence in that it's your own experience. It's no longer somebody telling you something's possible. It's in your own experience. There's a shift, and then that gives you the encouragement and the freedom to see what more there is. And then I can say, well, there's a lot more shifts that are possible, and a lot more, almost to, in a sense, a never-ending, let's say, improvement, but it's a weird word, a never-ending shifting that can be freedom and more love, more peace, more freedom. And you might not realize it now, but I think with time, it might take you many years to realize, to see in hindsight, and also by comparison with others whom you will meet in life, that what you just described is very rare and it's very valuable. What I describe, what I call this inner integrity, and the fact that you could see it, not deny it to yourself. First of all, want to see it, be able to see it, acknowledge it, not deny it, admit it, allow it to be your reality, and then communicate it in a group. That's very rare. And in that sense, you are crazy.
Yeah.
You are crazy because you're not normal. But this
Yeah.
is where in many traditions they say the world is crazy, normal people are crazy, etc. Yeah, and that's kind of the point. The point is to create a space where what I think is normal, what I think is, which is not normal in society, for there to be a space, um, just for that kind of sharing and intimacy and connection, communication.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure for me. I'm happy for you. I think that's a good moment to end the call. Thank you for joining. It's nice to see you all. Have a lovely day. Bye.
thanks.